You were born on the 21st of the month. You are highly creative with a strong will to succeed. You have a social gift. You get along well with others and generally enjoy people immensely. Your imagination is highly charged. It reveals itself in everything you do, from your sparkling conversation to your most prized projects. You are quick witted and can think on your feet. Both your mind and body are vital and seemingly radiating with life. You are talented in writing and verbal skills. You can succeed as a writer, artist, or editor. You are inspiring and enthusiastic. You uplift social gatherings and often serve as the life of the party. You are an excellent salesman. Your challenge is to ground and focus your energies deeply in a specific field or endeavor. You must develop yourself and your talents in order to make the most of your life. Otherwise, you can easily let charm and wit pass for outstanding work, thus wasting your talents. You can be nervous and even given to paranoia, especially when your nerves become frayed or your imagination runs out of control. Your love runs deep and you can be passionate, most often than not. However, you are on the receiving end of affection simply because people are charmed by you or attracted to your charismatic personality. You were born on the 22nd of the month. You have a great potential as a leader. You are an organizer or builder of an institution or business. You have a vision and the capability to materialize it. You possess the capacity for great strength, but conversely, you can be deeply afraid of the dimensions of your ambitions. Your solutions tend to be unique. You keep your own counsel and have much inner strength. You may secretly feel that nothing will measure up to your original dream. Consequently, you can turn away from your ambitions. This can result in enormous disappointment to you should you sacrifice your dream because of fear of failure. Your challenge is to be willing to start your enterprise small and take practical steps towards enlarging it to its full scope. You have the gift for seeing both the details of a plan and how it should unfold. You are orderly and patient. You can approach a problem methodically and systematically. Conversely, you can be nervous and suffer grave doubts about yourself, which you also tend to hide. You have unusual perception. Your intuition is very good and you should rely on your first impressions. You are both practical and idealistic. You tend to want to ground your ideas in realistic methods. You are not one to indulge too much in grandiose plans for their own sake. You have enormous potential for success. Many who have left a permanent stamp on humanity, inventors, Nobel Prize winners, leading artists, and statesmen, have had the 22 prominent in their charts. You were born on the 23rd of the month. You love change and excitement and need both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. You don't want to be cheated from having your share of experience. You are highly adaptable, which makes change a great deal easier for you than others. You have an easy way with relationships and generally get along well with most people you meet. You have a gift for communication and promoting yourself. You possess talent in verbal and writing skills and would make an excellent writer, editor, or salesperson. You are quite affectionate and sensitive. You work well with others as long as there is not too many restrictions placed upon you. You do not like to be cooped up in the same place for long. You get restless and bored easily. You are very versatile and talented, and there are few things you cannot do. You have a sharp mind and a fine understanding of the body, which makes careers in medicine or health both possible and rewarding. You are very creative and witty, but you can shirk responsibility and let your gift of gab get you through the tight spots. There can be a tendency towards sensorial indulgence, especially in food, alcohol, and sex. You need to learn to focus your considerable energies. Discipline and order are necessities for you to be successful in life. You were born on the 24th of the month. You are family oriented with a gift for restoring and maintaining balance and harmony in relationships. You are emotional and sensitive and like to demonstrate your love. You have a gift for both the healing and cultural arts. You can be overly emotional and even melodramatic. You have a tendency to magnify your emotional issues, especially when they involve some kind of criticism of you. You are willing to sacrifice much to maintain harmony in important relationships. You are willingly provide a soft shoulder to cry on or a ready ear to hear out someone's travail. You are energetic, responsible, and helpful, but your sympathetic nature may cause you to interfere in relationships and get you into trouble. Know your limits. At the same time, you must avoid being taken advantage of. Your artistic talent goes in many directions, but you are likely gifted in acting or drama. At the same time, you generally do well in business because you are systematic, careful, and patient in your approach to business issues. You can be a bit impractical, however, and need others to give you sound advice. You are a good friend and a faithful companion. You attract sound people to you who gladly advance you along the lines of your talents. You were born on the 25th of the month. You possess a sound, rational mind and keen insight. You are logical and intellectual in your approach to life. At the same time, you have fine intuition, which, if you are able to listen to, will guide you well through life. You are capable of investigating and researching subjects deeply. Your analytical skills force you to avoid taking anything at face value. This is where you are at your best, using your intellect to ferret out facts and information to deeply understand the matter at hand and then make sound decisions. You will fare well in the sciences, teaching, philosophy, metaphysics, and psychology. Your challenge is that while you are using your mind to analyze life's issues, you must not neglect the heart. You can become easily imbalanced in favor of the intellectual, which can make you aloof, critical, and at the very worst, cynical. Do not let your intellect rule your life to the point that it obscures the fundamental human qualities of understanding, compassion, and love. You prefer to work alone and set your own pace. You tend to finish projects once started. You may possess artistic talent, especially in sculpture. You are very sensitive and feel deeply, but you don't share your feelings easily and do not communicate them well. Work hard to develop and maintain deep and important relationships. Learn to share your emotions and deeper thoughts about life. Trust is the key to your emotional happiness. You were born on the 26th of the month. You have a good sense of money and a talent for business. Your approach to business is original, creative, and daring. You possess sound judgment and need to be in charge of whatever you are doing. You are a good manager and organizer. You have the gift for seeing the larger view, but may neglect the details. You are efficient and can handle large projects, enterprises, or businesses. You are a realist, self confident, practical, and highly ambitious. Your challenge is to maintain a balance between your material goals and fundamental human qualities of understanding, compassion, and love. Your business life can cause you to become callous and jaded toward others. Do not let the dog eat dog attitude become your only means at looking at life. All people have talents and karmic burdens. Maintain gratitude for all that you have been given and share it with others to the extent that you are able. You can be very diplomatic and tactful. You prefer to get things done by persuasion rather than force. You are dependable and have high expectations of yourself. You have a need for status and may show off the fruits of your labor with an impressive car or house. You can easily overdo such ostentation and may appear showy in the eyes of others. You are proud of all you possess. You like to be complimented. You have a strong character but may be domineering and bossy. You have little patience with weakness, be it your own or someone else's. You have to be careful not to be discouraged too easily. Life will test your resolve and your willingness to get up off the floor after being knocked down. But you possess the strength and courage to succeed over any difficulty. You do not express your feelings much. It is hard for you to give up the past. You are generous and willing to help in a crisis. You can be philanthropic and a pillar of your community. You were born on the 27th of the month. You were meant to guide others. You are a born politician, but can feel equally at home guiding others in areas such as religion or law. An unusually good balance between intuition and reason make you a person with uncommon insight and understanding, often quite original and well outside the norm. You have excellent understanding of people and are quite creative. You are tolerant and you value freedom of expression as well as freedom of lifestyle, religion, and other areas. People born on the 27th tend to choose either art or some form of service to mankind as their profession. You are creative and could potentially become a successful artist, but you may need to take your time. You are a bit of a late bloomer. You need exposure to many different types of people before you find the area in which you will specialize. This is also the reason many change careers more than once. You are a humanitarian and want to improve the conditions of people, whether they are in your community, state, country, or the world at large. Your true satisfaction is performing some task that will benefit others. You can relate to people in all walks of life and devote a fair amount of time traveling. You are able to express yourself well, though a bit dramatically at times. Under normal conditions, you have a calm and even aristocratic appearance. However, there are times when you experience a sense of frustration with not having received your due in life, whether real or perceived. You need to guard against an inaccurate sense of self worth, sometimes underestimating, other times overestimating yourself. You need to employ your spiritual and philosophical outlook in all matters in which at times it may appear that the balance has been struck against you. There's an element of sacrifice in your life, a need to surrender your own desires in favor of the common good. You attract money from all work that is service oriented. The more you do for others, the more you receive spiritually and materially in return. You were born on the 28th of the month. You possess a gift for leadership, but it is employed best through cooperative effort. Your means are generally gentle persuasion rather than overt displays of power. You are unconventional, idealistic, and independent. You are extremely ambitious. You possess much self confidence, but need much encouragement. You have an exceptionally analytical and rational mind. You are an excellent planner with a talent for directing and managing groups of people. You easily become frustrated with routine activities. You're willing to take risks. There is a pioneer spirit in you. You like to be on the frontier of whatever you are doing. Once a project is started, however, you prefer to turn it over to others to run and maintain. You are a great starter, but are not much interested in keeping the show going. You can be very stubborn and rigid once you have committed to an idea, something you do more than you realize. You tend to identify with your ideas and do not like them change. You have a powerful ego bond with most of what you do, which makes compromise difficult for you. You are highly emotional and enjoy demonstrating your love. On the other hand, you can become irritated and angry easily and are given to tantrums. You are highly creative and have a great mind for marshaling facts in order to sell ideas. You make a wonderful debater and salesperson. With your determination and inventive mind, you have potential for achievement and much financial success. You were born on the 29th of the month. You are highly intuitive and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures. You seem to draw information and ideas out of the sky. Your intuition is your gift, along with a powerful drive to know oneness of all things. You are so driven by spiritual pursuits that no matter what you do in life, the world of spirit and philosophy will be central to your daily behavior. You feel linked with the larger universe of forces, and nothing will change that. You have a fine mind and keen insight, but these do not come as a result of logic or rational thought. You are more likely to direct your life by inspiration rather than by calculated reflections. On some level, you know that you are in the hands of destiny and that you must surrender to the higher powers that shape your life. You are usually a late bloomer. Your early and middle 30s tend to be years spent in apprenticeship and slow development. During this period, you can become frustrated with your progress or the apparent lack of it. You need to develop faith. You are a highly charged person with much to do, but you must develop character and sound judgment before you begin to tap into your true potential. Just as a tree needs roots to grow tall, so too do you need to develop depth of character in order to begin to expand in the ways you desire and ultimately envision. Your highly developed intuition makes you a wonderful counselor, healer, or health practitioner. You have a gift for inspiring people. Many people admire you without your knowing it. You are a visionary, and others sense your wisdom. You are acutely sensitive and easily influenced by your surroundings. You love beauty and harmony. You crave social interaction and much attention. You can be very emotional, often experiencing extremes of happiness and sadness. You are usually too easily hurt. You get depressed easily and feel the lack of confidence during times you are in a dark mood. Despite your sensitivity, you possess leadership abilities. You are modest, diplomatic, and polite. You have the ability to persuade and can be quite forceful. Your high sensitivity to others makes you compassionate, kind, and gentle. You have an opportunity for fame and success as long as you do not pursue either as your gods. Look for ways to help others and convey a large message with which you were blessed. This will bring you the material and social fruits you desire. You were born on the 30th of the month. You have a highly developed creative talent. You are an artist at heart. You could excel in writing, visual, or performing arts. If you are not professionally involved in one of these areas, you should consider taking up art as a hobby. You are highly imaginative, quick witted, and possess the gift of gab. You have great enthusiasm. enthusiasm. Others find you inspiring, charming, and charismatic. You are a wonderful salesman. You are friendly and sociable, affectionate and loving. You can also be moody and subject to rapid ups and downs. You have a fine sense of harmony and art in everything that you do, from your dress to the way you decorate your home. You have a gift with plants and flower arranging. You can make a wonderful interior designer and a fine cook. You can waste your talent in too much socializing and not enough focus and discipline, however. Be careful not to waste time and energy on trivial matters. Keep your long term priorities in perspective. You were born on the 31st of the month. You have a great love of family, tradition, and community. You are the foundation of an enterprise you commit to, doing your work with determination and precision. You love things that are solid and grounded in the practical, yet you possess a considerable amount of artistic talent that is searching for concrete forms of expression. Not surprisingly, you love nature, the ultimate union of beauty, form, and function. You are a natural organizer and manager with an eye for detail. You can work hard, long, and conscientiously. As long as you are taking good care of yourself, you have excellent concentration. You have to be careful not to become overworked to the point that you no longer take time to play and smell the roses. Your coworkers recognize your discipline and come to rely upon you. Ironically, you may feel that you have yet to find the work you truly love or were meant to do. There may be a feeling that your talents are buried too deep for you to find them. This can lead to try many different vocations without a feeling that you have truly found your place. Your challenge is to make the most of what you are doing right now. You must raise the work you are currently responsible for to a high degree of art. Make the most of what is right in front of you. The universe is guiding you always. You need to cultivate faith and a willingness to apply yourself to the matter at hand. If you refuse to develop such an attitude, you may wander from job to job, relationship to relationship. Use your considerable perseverance and determination. You can be stubborn and rigid, refusing to allow new and creative ideas to penetrate your rigid adherence to established methods. This can and often does lead to frustration and repression for you. Things seem to take forever, especially when you resist bringing fresh approaches into your very tidy and comfortable ways of doing things. The keys to your success are your willingness to maintain order and discipline in your life and to make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. You were born on the first of the month. You are a pioneer, a gambler, and an initiator. You have a great ambition and a strong drive for success. You are highly independent and dislike the restrictions of having to work with others. You easily become frustrated with the routine. You are very creative. You possess a keen and rapid mind. You have excellent business instincts and, with the appropriate training, can run large organizations and big businesses. You use information for a specific purpose. Knowledge is a practical tool in your hands. You dislike information or knowledge for its own sake. You possess a broad vision and a great capacity for motivating others. You have great willpower that will be tested, especially during the years 28 to 56, but your opportunity for accomplishment is enormous. You are generally open to the ideas of others, but you can be extremely stubborn and hard headed once you become attached to your plans. Avoid laziness and procrastination. You are given to anger and frustration and have a tendency to force the issue at times when things are not developing as rapidly as you would like. Your determination, willpower, and inventiveness are the keys to your success and will likely bring you much personal reward and financial success. You were born on the second of the month. You are very sensitive, intuitive, and diplomatic. You are aware of your surroundings and easily influenced by your environment. You love beauty and attention. Your sensitivity makes you highly emotional and vulnerable to being hurt. You can fall victim to depression and lack of confidence. Your talents lie in personal relations and diplomatic skills. You are keenly aware of what is on the minds of others and can usually adjust to create peace and harmony with others. In the same way, you possess the art of a diplomat, helping others find the middle ground and area of agreement. You likely possess artistic and musical ability. You are warm and affectionate and need the same from your close friends and loved ones. You want to be hugged and cuddled. There is a tendency to fall into childhood patterns when giving and receiving affection. You like to be made to feel secure and safe. You are very cooperative and work best in partnerships. You enjoy being the power behind the throne rather than the figure on stage. You are modest and kind. You have great diplomatic skills. Your intuition allows you to perceive what another wants even before he or she says it. You can continue a project better than started. You are very attentive to details. You need harmonious and peaceful environments. Without them, you can easily become stressed and high strung. You are the glue that keeps important projects and groups together. While you may not get all the credit you deserve, you are indispensable in any endeavor. You were born on the third of the month. You have highly developed creative talent. You are an artistic at heart. You could excel in writing, visual, or performing arts. If you are not professionally involved in one of these areas, you should consider taking up art as a hobby. You are highly imaginative, quick witted, and possess the gift of gab. You have great enthusiasm. Others find you inspiring and charming. You are a wonderful salesman. You are friendly and sociable, affectionate, and loving. You possess a good deal of charisma. You can also be moody and subject to rapid ups and downs. You have a fine sense of harmony and art in everything that you do, from your dress to the way you decorate your home. You have a gift with plants and flower arranging. Be careful not to waste time and energy on trivial matters. Keep your long term priorities in perspective. You were born on the fourth of the month. You are a hard worker and conscientious person. You are precise and take great care in what you do. You are highly principled, disciplined, and responsible. You take your obligations very seriously. You are highly ethical. You can be proud and upright, but conversely, you are not particularly arrogant. You have compassion for people. You tend to persevere in the face of an obstacle or personality problem. You love your family and make a wonderful mate, yet you are not overly emotional nor very demonstrative of your love. You tend to understate your affections. You are constantly focused on the foundations of your life, whether it is in business, career, or family matters. You take care of the basics. You are highly rational. You are not one for pie in the sky solutions to problems, nor are you given to get rich quick schemes. Yours is the slow, patient approach, sound and secure. You also like to be in nature. You are a natural organizer and manager. People, especially relatives and co-workers, tend to rely on you. You are perceived as the rock of any endeavor. You can be stubborn and rigid. Your nature is to dig in and wait. This can close you off from solutions or creative ideas. You must work at being more flexible. You often experience frustration and repression. You are not an emotional person, and perhaps you don't fully understand the emotional realm. This is the reason you can be rather tactless at times. Be careful to avoid excess work and missing out at smelling the roses of life. You were born on the fifth of the month. You love change, travel, and adventure. You're a bit of a rolling stone. You have enormous curiosity and yearn to see the far off places and meet exotic people. Your arena is the world itself, and it is just a matter of time before you are off once again on another excursion. You are highly adaptable and need excitement. You relate well to others and have an easy way with words. In fact, you have a talent for promotion, public relations, and for songwriting. Your social skills are highly refined. Your ability to communicate and promote a product or event makes you a natural salesperson. You work well with others as long as there are not too many restrictions. You have trouble being bound to a desk or within an office. You can easily feel cooped up and trapped unless there is much variety and change in your life. You become bored and restless easy. You may be a little irresponsible and need to learn discipline and orderliness. You have a quick and analytical mind. You may be overconfident and headstrong. However, you are highly creative and can usually come up with a remarkable, workable solution to most problems, either on your own or those of others. You can be impatient and impulsive. You can also overindulge your senses in food, alcohol, sex, and drugs. You must be careful to protect your health from the excesses of your taste. You were born on the sixth of the month. You are the caretaker and family oriented. You have a talent for settling disputes between people to the satisfaction of both sides. You somehow know the middle ground. Your lesson in life is to work with the whole subject of balance. You must come to truly understand the ancient and fundamental principle of opposites that seek harmony. Whether the realm is the emotions, caring for others, finances, work, or play, you must learn where you can be of service, exactly what you can do, and what are your limits. You have a considerable amount of artistic talent. You have a deep appreciation of beauty and art. You are highly responsible and will do without in order to fulfill a debt. Your focus is on relationships. You want to help others and have a talent as a healer and can make a profession of the healing arts, either as a nutritionist, alternative health therapist, acupuncture, massage, for example, or a doctor. You need to know you are appreciated. You are given to flattery and vulnerable to praise. Criticism, on the other hand, leaves a very damaging impression on you. You take it deeply to heart. You will sacrifice your own comfort to support and help others. You are generous, kind, and understanding. You can be highly emotional and given to extremes in sympathy and sentimentality. You must learn to provide more than merely a shoulder to cry on. Study and the development of your healing skills brings you great rewards in life. You were born on the 7th of the month. You possess a highly developed mind. It is your instrument for investigating the world and all its subjects. You are philosophical and spiritually oriented. You can and should specialize in one given field in order to make full use of your abilities and your natural intellectual gifts. You tend to be analytical and rational in your approach to relationships. Emotions are a cloudy and uncertain realm for you, which very often you do not trust. Emotional people are sometimes viewed by you as a bit immature or unpredictable. You have excellent intuition. You should meditate and do some type of spiritual exercise in order to develop your intuitive talents. Once you have begun to trust your intuition, you will develop a sound faith. You should avoid taking anything at face value, nor should you take excessive chances or gamble. You are not the type that should be given to reckless living. It tends to backfire quickly for you. You prefer to work alone and set your own pace. You tend to finish projects once started. Your interest leans to the scientific, technical, and metaphysical. You are very sensitive and feel deeply, but you don't share your feelings easily and do not communicate them well. You like to spend time alone, but have to be careful not to become too withdrawn. You can be opinionated and stubborn. You must guard against becoming too analytical, cold hearted, and cynical. You can be highly critical and self centered traits that can lead to much unhappiness, especially in marriage if you are not careful. Once married, you tend to be loyal and faithful. Make the most of your gifts of mind without losing your heart in the process. Share your emotions with those you trust and maintain long lasting close relationships. This will balance your mental life and will be a source of great comfort. You were born on the 8th of the month. You have a talent for business and a good sense of money. Your approach to business is original, creative, and daring. You have sound judgment and need the freedom to exercise it, lest you become bitter and tyrannical elsewhere in your life. It is advisable to avoid partnerships wherever possible. You are highly competitive, and close partnerships, especially when power is divided equally, can lead you to indulge in intrigues and manipulation. You are efficient and can handle large projects. If you do not already run your department or own business, you are destined for such a position. Leadership is your gift. In the same way, you have a great talent for organization. You can manage large groups of people and guide them along the lines of your vision. You are a realist, self confident, practical, ambitious, and goal oriented. Others respect you and your judgment. They know that you can be dependent upon. You come through. You enjoy a challenge. The expectations of others stimulate you, especially if they doubt you can pull it off. You tend to be dramatic with money. You have a need for status and may show off the fruits of your labor with an impressive car or house. You are proud of your family and like to be complimented. You have strong character but may be domineering and bossy. You have little patience with weakness, but be it your own or someone else's, you do not express your feelings much. You must develop the qualities of perseverance and survival. You will meet many obstacles, which must be viewed as challenges that in fact make you stronger. Your attitude toward the difficulties in life will be the difference between success and failure. You were born on the 9th of the month. You are broad minded, idealistic, and compassionate. You should obtain a wide education, especially in the arts. You are highly creative. Many great artists are found under this number. You must come to truly understand life to be of greater service to society. You have a greater social role to play that will require a blend of the practical and the humanitarian. You must have a keen sense of what will work, but at the same time, directing those efforts towards some greater good. Your challenge is to find a place for yourself that has some direct benefit to others. The more you can be of service to humanity, the greater will be your personal reward on all levels, from the material to the spiritual. Children born on the ninth day usually take their time before choosing a profession. You are socially oriented and have a gift of charm. You are well liked and even admired by others. You can relate to people in all walks of life. You have a broad vision of the world and can see the grand scheme of of things, including international politics and great social movements. You express your feelings well, but sometimes can be a bit dramatic. You have a strong interest in philosophy and metaphysics. Nines tend to attract money from other sources, such as inheritance or a stroke of luck. There is an element of sacrifice in the number nine that demands that you learn forgiveness and unconditional love. You must avoid negative attachments. Do not hold on to people or situations because you feel that justice has not yet been done or that someone still owes you something. Your task in life is to truly let the universe judge such situations and rely on your own forward moving life path to bring you the necessities and rewards you deserve. You were born on the 10th of the month. You are highly ambitious and yearn for independence. You possess leadership abilities and a strong drive for success. Your test in life is to live according to your dream, that is, to have the courage and the stamina to overcome obstacles and win the independence you so deeply want. You possess a sharp mind and fine analytical skills. You have excellent managerial skills. You plan well and can organize people to carry out your plan. You are often frustrated by routine activities. You can become dull and even depressed if you are bound too tightly to the smaller details of life. In order to rescue yourself from such a fate, it will be necessary to take prudent risk. You must learn to assert yourself. You must learn to assert yourself. You are a pioneer at heart. You must live up to such a charge. You can be stubborn and rigid when it comes to ideas that you feel strongly about. Yet you are a loyal and devoted friend and can be demonstrative of your affections. Conversely, you are highly competitive and can suffer from jealousy when it comes to the success of others, especially colleagues or friends. By using the determination, creativity you possess, you can achieve much success. You were born on the 11th of the month. You are idealistic and possess a great deal of intuition. Your intuition is so keen, in fact, that you would make a fine counselor and or healer. You seem to understand people before they will reveal their inner being themselves. And in general, you have an appreciation for what motivates people. You are highly sensitive, emotional, and reactive. You bruise easily from the criticism of others and can take some time recovering from such slights. You can be very inspiring. You possess the qualities of a visionary and are often able to excite others with your ideas for a better world. Your intuition and sensitivity lead you inevitably towards philosophical and idealistic pursuits. You tend to inspire people to move in a specific direction or adopt new methods of living. Your presence is galvanizing. You have a good deal of leadership ability as well, but your life stands more as an example for others rather than for sustained or orderly leadership. You prefer to let people take up their own struggles once you have helped point the way rather than be directly involved in the day to day activities of leadership. You have a great deal of determination. Once you set your mind on your goal, you will devote yourself entirely to it. Your sensitivity, however, makes your life a bit bumpy at times. You are highly aware of what others think, and whether you care to admit it or not, the thoughts of others matter to you. You must work hard to maintain your own center in the emotional storms you encounter. You work well with others, often inspiring them by your example and your idealism. You do not do well in the business world, except perhaps in the role of advisor. Your mind works intuitively rather than rationally. Your thoughts and actions tend to be dramatic. You explore and solve problems mainly through intuition. You are more of a dreamer than a doer. You experience quite a bit of nervous tension and must use proper dietary practices, especially the avoidance of too much fat and sugar and the inclusion of minerals in the diet in order to maintain the health of your nervous system. You are concerned with the well-being of mankind and seek to make the world a better place. You were born on the 12th of the month. You possess a high degree of artistic talent. Your artistic talent emerges in virtually everything you take seriously: your home, your cooking, the way you express yourself, and any artistic endeavor you commit to. You are highly imaginative and quick witted. You can be the life of a party, entertaining people with stories, jokes, or witty remarks. You have plenty of vitality. Your body heals quicker than most people's. You are especially talented in the verbal and writing skills. These areas, as well as acting and other performing arts, should be cultivated. You have a great deal of enthusiasm and make excellent salesperson. You can make the best out of a given situation and are easily satisfied. You are emotional, friendly, sociable, and affectionate. You can also be moody and given to self indulgence, especially when it comes to feeling of depression or self pity. Be careful not to waste time and energy on trivial matters and keep your priorities in perspective. The keys to your success are commitment and discipline. You must learn to focus your considerable creativity in a given area or field. This will keep from scattering your energies in an endless number of areas. You were born on the 13th of the month. You have a great love of family, tradition, and community. You are the foundation of any enterprise you commit to, doing your work with determination and precision. You love things that are solid and grounded in the practical, yet you possess a considerable amount of artistic talent that is searching for concrete forms of expression. Not surprisingly, you love nature, the ultimate union of beauty, form, and function. You are a natural organizer and manager with an eye for detail. You can work hard, long, and conscientiously. As long as you are taking good care of yourself and have excellent concentration, you have to be careful not to become overworked to the point that you no longer take time to play and smell the roses. Your co-workers recognize your discipline and come to rely upon you. Ironically, you may feel that you have yet to find the work you truly love or were meant to do. There may be a feeling that your talents are buried too deep for you to find them. This can lead to try many different vocations without feeling that you have truly found your place. Your challenge is to make the most of what you are doing right now. You must raise the work you are currently responsible for to a high degree of art. Make the most of what is right in front of you. The universe is guiding you always. You need to cultivate faith and willingness to apply yourself to the matter at hand. If you refuse to develop such an attitude, you may wander from job to job, relationship to relationship. Use your considerable perseverance and determination. You can be stubborn and rigid, refusing to allow new and creative ideas to penetrate your rigid adherence to established methods. This can and often does lead to frustration and repression for you. Things seem to take forever, especially when you resist bringing fresh approaches into your very tidy and comfortable ways of doing things. The keys to your success are your willingness to maintain order and discipline in your life and to make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. You were born on the 14th of the month. You love change, excitement, and travel. You easily become bored and need the new and exotic to feel stimulated and alive. You are highly adaptable, which makes change easy for you. You have a gift with words and likely possess much talent as a writer or an editor. You are highly social and work well with others as long as there are not too many restrictions to bind you. You get restless easily and characteristic that can make you change vocations or relationships much too quickly. Major changes in your life should be studied well before you make them. You can be overconfident and headstrong, but you also tend to be lucky and a natural gambler. Underlying your love of change is much insecurity. Beneath an exterior of calm or coolness lies much emotional turbulence, which reflects itself in your life as rapid change and mercurial mood swings. Your challenge is to ground in a particular profession or lifestyle that will provide limits and form for your considerable creativity. You are exceedingly versatile and talented. There are a few things you cannot do. You are also industrious. Once you have made a commitment to a specific task, the key to your success is balance. You must avoid making major changes just to escape the routine or as a means of avoiding responsibility for difficult situations. You have a quick and analytical mind. You are original and practical, but can be erratic. You have to force yourself to finish projects once they are started. You must avoid the pitfalls of overindulgence, such as sex, alcohol, drugs, and food, by grinding in a particular field and committing your considerable talents to your work. You can make a great success of your life. You were born on the 15th of the month. You are highly creative and artistic. You also have a gift for languages. No matter what you do as a profession, your love tends to be in the arts, especially the visual arts, such as painting, calligraphy, or sculpture. There is a yearning within you to ground within the family or community structure, but there is a hint of wanderlust too, which makes grounding difficult. You want the best in your life and you strive for it. Commitment to relationships, especially home and marriage, is a central issue in your life. You must be willing to bring out the best in your partner or the place you live. In the same way, you must truly commit to your own abilities. Make the most of them. Honor your talent and cultivate it with hard work and refinement. You are very sensitive. Criticism has a very negative effect on you. For this reason, you tend to support others to the point of denying yourself. You want to live according to the golden rule, which is that you treat others as you would want to be treated. You are generous and understanding. As a parent, you are devoted to your children and can maintain stability and love within the family. You tend to be demonstrative in your affections. You probably look young for your age. In addition to your artistic talent, you possess sound business and financial instincts. You tend to be thorough and conscientious in your approach to business, traits that pay off in the long run. You must be aware of becoming too soft in relationships. People can see you as an easy mark or abuse your well worn shoulder upon which many tears have been shed. Be more than a willing ear. You have considerable talent as a healer, but need to develop the actual tools of the healing vocation in order to truly help others. You are multi talented, and with focus and determination, you have great potential for success. You were born on the 16th of the month. Your overpowering orientation is toward the philosophical and spiritual aspects of life. You are driven to understand the unseen world. On some level, you feel like a foreigner on planet Earth. Your realm is the world of spirit. Your challenge is to find a way to ground that desire and understanding in practical terms so that it can be effectively shared with others. You have a fine analytical mind that is capable of penetrating beneath the surface of the subject at hand. You also have the capacity for excellent concentration. You must use that mind to your greatest advantage. Investigate the subject you love and gain the depth of knowledge in these fields. Specialize. Become an expert in any given area. This will give you a means of earning a living and personal power to share your wisdom. The great pitfall you face is the choice of becoming aloof, mental, and critical. This will result in alienation and even bitterness. You can also easily lift off the ground, becoming impractical and dreamy. If you indulge too much in flight or of fancy, you may drift from reality and give up the possibility of earning an adequate living. You have excellent intuition and may even possess psychic ability. Trust your intuition and use it as a guide in life, but at all times be practical in your application of your insights. Find concrete means of expressing yourself. Pick a field that suits you: science, metaphysics, philosophy, psychology, teaching, for example, and deepen yourself in this understanding. But be aware of becoming overly dogmatic and shut off from the truths of others. You prefer to work alone rather than in a group. You can easily lose interest in your projects, however, and must work hard to finish what you start. You have to have faith and let opportunities come your way. You may miss out if you reach and seek. You are very sensitive and feel deeply, but you don't share your feelings easily, nor do you communicate them well. The realm of your heart troubles you for its shifting, nebulous qualities. You must work hard to understand this area of life. You like to spend time alone to contemplate and meditate, but have to be careful not to withdraw too much. Long term relationships are not easily established nor maintained. You were born on the 17th of the month. You are highly ambitious and blessed with excellent business and financial instincts. You are highly independent. You have very sound judgment. Your approach to business is original, creative, and daring. You are an excellent manager and organizer. You are gifted with the ability to see the larger picture and remarkably how the details come into play. You are efficient and can handle large projects. Your challenge is to avoid becoming obsessed with your own judgment and power to the point that you refuse to delegate authority or responsibility to others. You can easily slip into the role of dictator, benevolent or otherwise, feeling that you and only you has sufficiently sound judgment to guide the ship. You are self confident and have high expectations of yourself. Interestingly, the expectations of others stimulate you, especially if they doubt you can pull off what you intend to do. You tend to be dramatic, especially with money. You have a need for status and may show off the fruits of your labor with an impressive car or house. Whether it is business or socially oriented, you have a big dream. Your ambition spread out far and wide, and you will not rest until you have placed your mark on the world. You love your home and family and like to be complimented. Avoid becoming domineering or possessive of your enterprise. Share the fruits of your labors with others, which will multiply your pleasure manyfold. You were born on the 18th of the month. You are a born leader and efficient manager. You are capable of organizing and inspiring others. You are especially talented in the areas of politics, religion, art, and law. You are highly creative and have an excellent understanding of people. You are broad minded and should be educated in several different fields, particularly the arts. Many great artists are found under this number. You tend to be a late bloomer and must be willing to take your time before choosing a profession. You need experience and exposure to many different types of people before you find the one area in which you will specialize. You can relate to people in all walks of life. You will do quite a bit of traveling and go through many changes. At bottom, you have a great dream for humanity. You want to improve the conditions of people, whether they are in your community, state, country, or the world at large. This is where your deepest satisfaction lies, with performing some tasks that will benefit others. You are able to express your feelings well, though a bit dramatically at times. You have a calm and even aristocratic appearance. However, beneath it, there is a sense of frustration with not having received your due in life, either from parents, co workers, or your community. Your challenge is to learn acceptance and forgiveness. There's an element of sacrifice in your life. You need to let go of all negative attachments. Any thoughts of revenge will backfire badly against you. You need to employ your spiritual and philosophical outlook in all matters in which the balance seems to have been struck against you. You attract money from all work that is service oriented. The more you do for others, the more you receive spiritually and materially in return. You were born on the 19th of the month. You are highly determined and yearn for independence. You tend to struggle to achieve the degree of self sufficiency you desire and may endure considerable frustration in your struggle for independence. The reason your desire for independence is so strong is that it eclipses so many other balancing perspectives. As the poet John Donne said, no man is an island unto himself. We are all bits of the main. This is a central lesson in your life, to learn the difference between the dream of independence and the reality of interdependence. Your challenge is to achieve your challenge is to achieve a wider degree of perspective on yourself and others. Exchange ideas with others, lest you become insulated and isolated by your own perspective. This can become a kind of prison for you. You can be highly stubborn, which emanates from fear. Try to see that all of life is but an ecosystem, a life cycle delicately balanced in such a way that everyone is supporting. You are highly ambitious and have a strong drive for success and power. Although self confident, you like to be encouraged. You are a hard worker and an important fixture in any enterprise in which you are involved. People are attracted to your deep commitment to your work and the steadiness with which you do it. You are a pioneer at heart. You are willing to take risks to get what you desire. As such, you are willing to change your environment often and even enjoy doing so. You are demonstrative in your affections and willing to sacrifice for others. You are highly idealistic, but if your ideas fail, you can become bitter and negative. You are very sensitive with many emotional ups and downs. You tend to find yourself in dramatic situations, yet you like to control your emotions in public and come off as if everything is under control. With your determination and inventive and creative mind, you have potential for achievement and financial reward. You are born on the 20th of the month. You are highly sensitive and very impressionable. You possess great awareness and can sense the feelings of others, even when they try to hide their inner thoughts. Consequently, you are easily influenced by your environment. You are highly emotional as well, which makes you all the more subject to the changing winds within your surroundings. All of this creates a great need to develop and maintain your own center. Once you have accomplished this task, life will become more manageable and less threatening. You are especially moved by beauty, harmony, and love. You give affection and need much in return. You especially need physical affection, that is, plenty of hugs and warmth. You like to spend time with family and friends. You are a cooperative partner and hate to be alone. Your talent lies in your keen insight and your willingness to act as an advisor to those who are able to wield power. You operate best as the power behind the throne. You are less an initiator, that one who sees a project through to completion. You are good with details. Not much escapes your attention. You are modest, diplomatic, and polite. You have the ability to persuade others to the point of your view by using gentle means. You are brilliant at making others think they are brilliant. Your high sensitivity makes you aware of other people's feelings. You also act considerately. You must develop the ability to truly see how necessary you are to the success of any enterprise you enter. You are the glue that binds projects together. Speak up for yourself when necessary, but learn to quietly go about your business, confident in the fact that you are fundamental to any success.